I don't have any funny anecdotes. What do you want from me? My heat is broken. That's why I have this hat on. Yeah, I'm salty about it. So what? By now, I'm sure you're well aware of the Oscar debate going on between Jada Pinkett Smith and Janet Hubert, aka Aunt Viv. Cause if you not, in response to the Oscars being deemed quote-unquote so white, Jada Pinkett Smith posted a video saying people of color should pull their resources together and make more videos about people of color for people of color, with no disrespect towards the Oscars, anybody who was nominated, or mainstream films. Janet Hubert responded later on that day saying this has been an issue in Hollywood for years and you're just speaking up just because Will Smith didn't get an Oscar nod for his performance in Concussion. She goes on to say that there's much more important things for us to worry about, like black people being gunned down in the streets every day. The Oscars are irrelevant, they're just trophies. And then she ends her statement by saying that actors are simply just entertainment.
It just ain't that deep.
Here's my viewpoint on it. Oscarssowhite and Black Lives Matter both are important and they both deserve our attention. However, I disagree with Hubert when she says that movies and film are just merely entertainment. With that statement, you're undermining the power of film and acting itself. No actors aren't out here curing cancer, but the people in the stories represented on screen are extremely important. Movies are powerful messages created to make the viewer feel a certain way. And people believe what they see and then they act on what they see. I'll cite some examples. So in the film Bruce Almighty, Jim Carrey says God's phone number and then he calls God up to ask him for guidance. One would assume that this phone number is fake. However, after seeing Bruce Almighty, hundreds of people called the Florida home of Donna Augustine, who had the same phone number displayed in Bruce Almighty, asking to speak to God daily up until 1 a.m. Consequently, her family was pissed off, distraught, and stressed out. A TV show example of this will be that of Breaking Bad. According to Albuquerque resident Manuel Montano, the house used as Walter White's home in the show used to draw over 10,000 tourists per month. Later, an Albuquerque restaurant owner created a headstone and held a fictional funeral for Walter White. As a result, Sunset Memorial Park, where Montano's son is buried, became a circus. Montano said that he was forced to start a petition to have White's headstone removed because people were stepping on graves and disrespecting people's headstones. My last example will be that of Birth of a Nation. During the late 1800s and the early 1900s, the Klan was dying out at large. But this film single-handedly helped to revive the Ku Klux Klan, as black people were depicted as villains and the scum of the earth, and while the KKK were depicted as heroes and the only thing standing between America and imminent destruction. Movies have the power to inspire and push people to act. They have the power to influence and change minds. So the fact of whether or not you're siding with Jada or Janet is besides the point. The fact that we're having a conversation about non-white films being seen as good and equally as important as their white counterparts is the most important thing that you can pull from this issue and conversation. Okay, so if we're going to talk about black people specifically taking power back in the films that are about them, I'm gonna let you know what I want to see and what I don't want to see. What I want to see is more movies about black people before the slave trade. Where are the movies about African kings and queens? I don't want to see any more movies about African gods and kings in which the only thing black on the screen is Christian Bale's eyeliner. I agree with Whoopi Goldberg when she says I want to see more black people saving the world. The fact that the Black Panther movie is just being confirmed is ridiculous. How many movies does Spider-Man have? How many movies does X-Men have? How many movies does Wolverine have? How many movies does the Hulk have? How many movies does Iron Man have? Yo, Ant-Man got a movie before Black Panther. Come on, yo. Come on. And it's not even like Black Panther's a lame hero. First of all, he's a king. Second of all, his technology rivals that of Batman and Iron Man. Third of all, he's defended his home of Wakanda against the Nazis and Captain America and beat them both. And lastly, he bagged Storm. He made Storm his wife. And Storm is bad all by herself. Have you seen Storm? She's an independent black woman who don't need nobody. And she decided to make her husband the Black Panther. Come on, son. At the end of the day, The movies about you, your race, and your community are important, no matter what race or ethnicity you belong to. I agree with Jada and so many others when she says that black people and other people of color have to take back their power and make the films and other art that we want to see and how we want to see it. Once we realize that we have the knowledge and the resources to make what we want when we want, the Oscars, the Golden Globes, and the Tonys won't matter anymore. So what do you think? Don't forget to subscribe to the Mason Dixon Entertainment YouTube page. Don't forget to like the Mason Dixon Entertainment Facebook page. And don't forget to like the Good News Baltimore Facebook page as well. We got more movie reviews coming your way. We got more book reviews coming your way. And we got more random stuff coming your way. I'm in the bathroom.